friends. I got family.
Hey! What's crack-a-lackin', young and old? How goes? I got some work to do today to finish up this boat, but you know what else I gotta do? I think I gotta redo some of the stuff I did. Gotta redo what I did to do what I gotta do. Now there's two things. That's four. Two things that I might have to redo. One thing I definitely have to redo, but the other thing I might be able to get away with. And maybe we can forgive me because it's, you know, I'm new. I'm a newbie. Check this out. So first things first, this, I gotta build this bigger. But as I'm looking at this, I realized, see these gaps that are here? Those gaps are intended for up here. I was like, why isn't that sitting flush? And then realized not only did I install it upside down, but I already bored the hole and stuck the thing. So I'll pull the carpet off, trace it, rebuild it. I won't bore you with the details. Maybe it'll just go. The other thing here is my wiring. I know we got it working. I kind of want to, you know, run all these over to the side and bolt them in and have them come across beautifully. And the same over here. I feel like it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. And maybe that's okay since I'm new at this. This is my first time and maybe it's not so bad, but like, maybe I just say, fuck it and move on. I don't know. I do have to rehook up our 360 light to this, because this was my many stages of panic trying to get this to work when I had inadvertently put these on upside down. So I'd like to take a moment to thank Theo Vaughn and his bottom teeth for helping me realize that the negative was in the wrong spot. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know what I was thinking. But just in my mind, the positive went at the top, and that was the end of the conversation. Isn't that funny about the human psyche? A little bit of psychological psyche. You get something in your head, who knows where it's from, and that becomes fact. And that's a very dangerous thing. You gotta be open to change. It's about ebb and flow. It's about bobbing and weaving, you know? Sting like a butterfly and float like a bee. Everyone knows that. All right, so what we want to do, we don't have quite enough wire to get. I got to rebuild. In my big panic, pulled apart all this because I'm like, why is the 360 working and this one isn't? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to wrap these two readies. I noticed in the videos that I've got a habit of starting something and saying, now, the first thing I'm going to do is, and then I continue talking in my head, but I don't say much more on screen. And I was telling this lady about it, and she's like, yeah, that's what you do, and I love you for it. So, we're going to work on that, everybody. That's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on it. I've taken the notes, I've taken the feedback. And I have freakishly small arms. Come over here, Mr. Wire. There we are. And, yeah, we're going to work on that together. Well, there's nothing you need to do, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it a little bit. It's a gorgeous day. It got very cold this week. It got very, very cold. And to be honest with you, I had a lot of work. And had to edit the last two videos. I never should have said I was going to do a three-parter unless I had all three done. That was dumb. But hopefully, I've learned from it. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But, you know, here we are. Dixie's on to something. Something's bothering her. And she won't have it. She won't have it, ladies and gentlemen. And, if she won't have it, well then, it won't be had. And that's just the way it is. And I hope you can accept that. Okay. I realize I'm about to button this up. Miss Lady has run to town for the day, having herself a Saturday day. So, I'm gonna try and figure out what kind of fuses I need for this, and I'll send her a note and ask her if she doesn't mind going by the Canadian Tire there. I don't know how you do that. So I'm Googling it, and they're saying, when choosing a fuse size for a 12-volt LED light, the first thing you must consider is the wattage of your LEDs. Most LEDs have a maximum wattage rating of 3 to 4 watts. This just says 12 volts, for example. Another factor to consider, rated at 0.5 to 1 amps. 12-volt LEDs. Third factor to consider, depending on the length of the wire used to connect to. The longer the wire, the higher amperage is required to prevent voltage drops. If you choose to use a larger fuse and recommend it for 12 volt, there's some potential risks. Damage, fire hazard, reduced efficiency. Holy sweet mama, you ask a simple question. So I don't know how many amps that is. I don't know how many amps that is. Alright, this is 1.3 amps. And that's our big spotlight. Power at 12 volts, 16 watts. Average current draw, 1.3. So being an expert now at electricity and science,
expert.
I'm going to say a 3, because I doubled it, but then not quite, and a bit more. And that's how you do it, everyone.
Science might be hard simply because it has math.
Do they have like 3 amp fuses? So 3 amp for that. I don't know what this thing draws. 5 volts, 4.2 amps. Okay. So we'll say the LED, they're both gang, so I'm going to say 3 amps. Oh, and then this guy, what's he? And my 360 stern, operating current 1 amp. But it's hooked up to those front navs, which would be 2, they say, or 1. So can I go with a 3? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Why don't you tell me? One of the things I'm pretty stoked about, I got some of my Amazon stuffs come through. Our extra long hull jobby. Now, you can tell right off the top, that's not quite the same thickness. I guess it's not too far off. Man. That will allow us I was hoping for a much smaller center hole. Because the other ones I had, this one, nice and tight, right? But I guess beggars can't be choosers. But can they double them up? Can I? Like double macaroon and macaroon? I don't know. Yep. Like a glove. Again, as most things on this boat, it's nice because nothing's awkward. Yeah, I was hoping for a much... See how that's just... A lot less rain is getting through there. I mean, that's all waterproof under there, and it goes right down to the bilge pump, so it doesn't matter. Perfect world, that's all. And there's no way I could fit that through that, eh? Although, you know, I bet I could. Right. Then we want to put this guy on, obviously, first. Okay, we're going to do a similar kind of jobberino here with the gas. If you just did your job and fit inside this hole and didn't give me any trouble, do. Everyone would think you're cool. If you just did your job. Fit inside this silly hole. Yup. Yup. Oh, man. And that is how we're gonna rock our fuel. Ha! Ha! Bilge pump, fuel deck. I got a couple of cotter pins for these. Holy crap. Everything's starting to turn up, Jay! Yeah. Doesn't feel right, does it? It's a weird feeling. So this little piece I had originally intended to go under here, and I thought I could get away with it, but there's still a bit showing, so I'm going to cut it down. And we got our seat.
I brought you presents.
Let me see.
Super important presents.
Ooh.
I think they're right.
The automotive's the only thing I don't know.
They were called ATO fuses, and so were the ones from the boat section. But I couldn't get anything in the boat section.
I mean, yeah, because the boats are like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
And I need 5 5s.
Right, and if you buy the multi-pack, you get one of each of those, and it was $10 for the multi-pack.
And that's dumb.
These were like $6.30, I think, a pack.
These are awesome.
Yeah, I think I got the right ones.
Huh?
Huh? So fancy.
This lady's friend is having a, what's it called?
It was, well, it was a Mendy party.
Mendy party for a wedding.
For a wedding. Went to the butcher, and Matt and I have decided you've lost your mind. Like an inch and a half inch.
It's almost 2.
What he told me. That's like 1 3/4 inches, Matt.
How about that one?
Well,
That one part's 1.5 inches. How about this side?
Yeah, the middle part's a little bit. Anyway.
Look at the size of this.
Cooked beautifully too.
Oh, well, that's all I know how to do.
Matt was like, "These are tough to cook when they're this big."
Yeah. Okay, we said the bilge pump was a 5. That's this one. USB 12-volt meter was a 5, I believe. 4-deke was a 3. Alright, got everything figured out. Like that. I'll do one with a 5 too. All right, because we had to switch everything around. Does it work?
Yep. Or does it?
That looks good to me.
Should be flush on that side, so yeah, there you go. Dremel, dremel.
All right, we got all the fuses in, everything's in. So we can put on the roof and attach it. Okay. Oh, hold on. How the hell's that work? Uh-oh. How does this work? Uh-oh. This bolt's on the seat, this bolt's on the bench, but how can I do both?
Doesn't that slide out?
Oh, that would be helpful. Oh, you're so smart. What would I do without you?
I don't know.
Honest to God.
They slide apart.
What would I do without you?
I don't know.
I'm Man, we almost added 4 more days to this video. Ms. Lady's putting in what every boat has to have, because I intend on catching 35-inch fishes
Yes.
daily. 35-inch crappie, 35-inch chub, 35-inch. That's awesome.
Peace out like a trout.
Peace out like a trout. These are one of the only things that remain of the original boat. Dave had them, I guess, for tying on your bumpers or whatevs, so that could come in handy. Plus, it's a little nostalgia, right? All right, so, man, we are getting along in the day. I'm hoping the 2-inch does the trick. Oh, does it? I think it might. I think it might. Awesome possum if it does, eh? Okay. Well, that's not going anywhere. All right. Part 1, amazing. Now, they used far less staples in their leather material than I did. Who's to say who did a better job? Professional upholstered boat people? Or me? No one really knows. Okay. I thought this was a neat idea. Like I said way back in one of the original videos, I picked these cup holders up because it was one of these things like, it was at the height of COVID and I was ordering all the stuff for the boat, and it was like, if you put $6 more in your cart, or something like that, right? You get free shipping. And these were like $2.99 each or some nonsense. But, I don't know. That's an awful bright white square on the boat. So, ow! 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 Oh, I just pinched my finger really bad in them. Well, that seals the deal. If you want to pinch my finger, then you don't get to come out in the boat with me, you finger pinching son of a... Okay. And that, my friends, is the boat. The last 6 or 7 or 8 videos, I think I've proven more than a shadow of a doubt. There was nothing simple about this life, trying to get this boat. If you think about it, there's nothing more simple than the sun coming up on a lake made of glass. A little bit of mist, right, is coming across the top of the lake. The sun's rising, and you see that tree line all along the edge. Beautiful coniferous trees silhouetted against that sunrise. From somewhere, a loon calls. You hear a fish jump. You unscrew that thermos filled with piping hot black coffee. All is good in the world. You, your dog, your fishing boat. That's a simple woods life. But mother of God, in order to get myself to that point, what a struggle. What a struggle. Joe from the Long Branch Homestead. How are you, Joe? We're shouting back and forth now across our channels. He said in one of my videos, you know, patience and persistence. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it is. Ms. Lady calls it Irish stubbornness. Maybe it's that. I just don't know when the hell to quit. And I guess it served me well. It doesn't look like much, but that's my fishing boat. And I hope to get the youngest and the eldest to make some memories, the same that Ms. Lady has about her dad on this fishing boat. I also want to catch a bunch of fat Sallies off the foredeck. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and welcome to all the new folks who've subscribed. Tell your friends, man. Like, a lot of hours go into editing this nonsense, but we're gonna keep going. And if summer is anything like last year, duck hunting once again probably isn't even going to get going until late October. So hopefully we'll have these warm, sunny days and we can get as much fishing out there as we're allowed under the guidelines of the Minister of Natural Resources. And if nothing else, we'll just tour around